My name is Blaise Ingoglia. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of the state of Florida. It's a pleasure being in Palm Beach County today, home of President Trump. I always enjoy visiting this area because I know how much President Trump is working hard to make America great again, make America healthy again. So what I'm looking to do here is make local governments great again. So just to give you some background of where we are, why we're here, and what we're trying to accomplish. What we have seen over the last 5 years post-COVID is that local governments have taken their budgets and expanded them greatly. On average, local governments have their general fund budget, the budget that is funded by your property taxes, have gone up anywhere between 60 to 120%. Now, when you go back pre-COVID and you start factoring in inflation and population growth, those budgets should not have exploded anywhere near where they're exploding right now. And I will tell you that traveling the state along with our governor, we have seen a lot of people be very, very concerned with the level of property taxes that they're paying in this state. Affordability is a big issue for me as well as the governor. We are going to try to make the state as affordable as possible, and with that needs to come a property tax cut. So the idea of these audits are get on site, start shining a light on wasteful spending, things that local governments shouldn't be entering contracts on or doing, and we're going to arm people with the information in the counties with that information so then they can make decisions based upon whether they want to re-elect local officials, or probably just as equally important, if not more important, will they vote for a constitutional amendment in November 26, which will offer property tax relief. The governor and I have been pushing very hard for the elimination of homesteaded property taxes. At the very least, there is going to be a substantial cut. So we're here on site making sure that we are doing this. Our DOGE teams have been working with Palm Beach County. We are identifying things. Just to tell you some of the things that we're looking at, in addition to what you've seen on the paperwork where we sent out looking for, we are also looking at the level of government contracts. We're trying to see, are they trying to escape procurement laws? This isn't just Palm Beach County. This is everywhere that we're going. We're trying to see how much the average person in the county makes as compared to average local government. I think that's an important metric. We're trying to see how much money they have socked away in reserve funds. So all of this builds up to the point where we think that local governments have room to cut. Now, whenever you're talking about cutting property taxes, the first, there's like a reflex from local government saying that you can't cut, we're already to the bone. I'm going to tell you right now that that's not the case. So let's go back and look at COVID money that came in. COVID money came down from the federal government. It came through the state, and some of it directly to local governments. What local governments did with that COVID money is they started expanding government programs, adding government programs, and a lot of them started giving away, I would say, egregious raises to government employees, which put it out of sync with the private sector. Now, local governments knew that that money was going to end, the gravy train was going to stop, but a funny thing happened. The property value started increasing in the state of Florida. You had more property tax revenue come in, and local government said, hey, we don't have to do away with these programs. We can continue funding these programs. We can expand them, and we can add even more programs. Well, the problem with that is that you got to the level where property taxes started becoming a very big issue in the state of Florida. So our job is to shine the light on government spending, not all of the government spending. I want to set up expectations. We're going to pick out some egregious examples of what your local government is spending on and then arm people with that information. These audits are not going to go away. If it warrants, we will come back to every county 2, 3, 4 times if we have to. I, as CFO, I am committed to making sure that we're holding local governments accountable when it comes to fiscal responsibility. I have broad constitutional authority to audit. As long as I am in this position, I'm going to look at local governments and continue holding them accountable.